Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna start some tillage work today, and actually it's gonna be a pretty action-packed day. We're gonna plant some hay, and I'm gonna prepare this farm here for planting some oats on it. But I wanted to disc it before I unhook the disc, because I'm going to put the soil finisher back behind the 9300 soil finisher in a rolling basket, and I'm going to run that on my place where I want the hay to be planted, and then eventually I'll bring it over here and run it on here. But the 8650 was supposed to go on the disc, but it's got a stiff shift cable, so we put the disc behind the 9300 for right now. The 8650 is sitting in the shop right now. We have to take the right hand side fuel tank off in order to change that shift cable, because it goes up through the floor and it goes at a tight 90 up into the cap there, and there is no way to pull that shift cable down through and get it to make that bend because of the way that the ends are on them shift cables. So looked in the book, and sure enough, I had my suspicion. The whole right side fuel tank has to be dropped off the tractor in order to get that shift cable in and out. So we are working on that. We're going to probably reseal the two steering cylinders. So it's going to be in the shop for a few days. So we haven't really got too deep into tillage work yet. I've worked about 50 acres there at my place. So things are just starting to take off for the season of farming. So let's get this disced. We got to get to co-op and get some fertilizer for the hay ground. We'll get that spread, and then we will get the 620 hooked to the drill, and we will drill the hay on there. So let's get started here first. So for those of you that remember, I planted this last year to soybeans. I planted right into the hay, and it was kind of an experimental deal. Didn't get very many soybeans off of it because it was pretty dry, and we had a lot of issues with the hay not letting them grow. But the being dry was a lot of it, because it dried up pretty good there in July and August. So now this year we're going to work it, get it worked up good, and then I'll plant oats. It's a good candidate for oats because it's higher ground. My idea is to get the oats and use them in my feed ration, and then also bale the straw from them. These squeaky steering cylinders on this tractor, they're not greasable. I don't know why John Deere did that. So what I do is I take my needle greaser and I stick it in there and grease them a little bit. I need to get this disc back to the shop and get the wheels put back on the wings. The spindle's junk. I got to get the spindle pulled out. Like I said, I wanted to get my hay planted because it's supposed to rain this weekend starting Good Friday, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and hurry up and get my hay planted. Well, then while I was over at my place, I decided just to go ahead and disc the whole 50 acres. I didn't have anything else to do. But now once I get these oats planted, get the hay planted, I'll go ahead and bring the disc back to the shop and get those wheels fixed. I'm going to take care of that squeak too while I'm at it. Get some of this tillage work done and out of the way, and I'm going to get the bean planter on and get some beans planted. We weren't going to plant any beans at all, but we decided to plant some this year. We were going to go all corn. the rest of this disc. There's not much ground here. Well, it disced up pretty good. Soil finisher will take care of the rest of it. Knock it around. Crumbler will crunch it up. Lay it out real nice. Now you're probably asking why I didn't moldboard plow this in the other place. Well, the problem is the rocks. I didn't want to open up that Pandora's box today or the other day, because every time you plow some of this ground, you're going to find a bunch of rocks, and I didn't want to destroy plowshares. So it's just better just to disc it and leave well enough alone. So I'm head to the shop, switch to the soil finisher and crumbler, and then go hit the place at home. Well, we're going to get some fertilizer for the hay. We're actually going to go into the fertilizer shed that we had a hand in building. Kind of cool to actually get a chance to use it. I don't think I've showed in here since it was all put together and done. Pretty cool. A lot of wood in here. A lot of fertilizer in here too. Well, we got home with the fertilizer. Dad's gonna spread that. Then he's gonna go spread the other place. I got the soil finisher and crumbler hooked up to the 9300. Once Dad gets that spread over there, I can go get it all leveled out real nice and ready for the hay. Well, Dad got all the fertilizer spread here at home. Get this soil finished real quick. I have a few sticks to pick up that it flipped up that it found where I cleared that not too long ago. But not too bad. Do this twice just to get it real nice and smooth. So half of this is going to be hay and half of this is going to be pasture, but I'm planting it all in the same mix. Be able to do that anymore when I get my driveway made in limestone. I want to drag dirt on it. Right now I really don't care, because it's a mixture of just some crushed asphalt and some other aggregates that I hauled in. It's nothing fancy. Drill it, and then we'll have to bring the Brilliant crow's foot packer and pack it. The last time I planted, I used my 1780 bean planter with the John Deere Maxi Merge row units. I used it as kind of a roller to pack things after I was done. And I don't really, well, before I planted it, I should say, and then I crow's footed it after that. I don't know if that was completely necessary to use the 1780. Seemed like it firmed it up pretty good, but I don't know if it was totally necessary. It looked nice though. all the gauge wheels rolled it out real nice on the maxi merge row units. This is looking pretty good, except for the root balls from corn stalks. I also didn't want to plow this because it's been so windy. I was worried about the bare dirt blowing. And I'm also putting some oats in the hay mix just to try to prevent that, because I don't want to get the neighbors all dusty from dirt blowing. So kind of trying to keep things from eroding. On my first pass, I figured I better not hold the camera going along the H panel and the gas meter and the well. I'd hate to accidentally knock the gas meter off after waiting all this time to get it with the crumbler or something like that. That would just make my day. I gotta get my yard planted too. That's next on the list. Gotta get the black dirt strung out, get some grass growing. Probably gonna go get some sod to get the backyard going so the dogs can go have a bigger yard to play in right away. Because you know what's going to happen if I put two little dogs in dirt. It's going to be a mess. They're going to come in the house, filthy as can be, get dirt all over the place. So I figure if I go get some sod from my buddy that's got a sod farm, be able to lay that out and make him an instant yard, fence it in, be done with it. It's going to be a little more money, but at least it will be done. So we're going to start drilling. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to plant everything first with Oats with the 620 and Uncle Doug's John Deere drill. And then we're going to come back and Dad's going to plant it all again with orchard grass and a little bit of alfalfa in with it. And that's going to be our hay. The oats are going to grow fast, and those will help with keeping it from blowing and all that. So it's going to be two passes over the same field, but that's okay. So this is Cousin Matt's drill. We're going to be using it to do the grass seed. And it's amazing how small this stuff is. We're going to plant this 18 pounds to the acre. And then the oats, we're going to plant at 50 pounds to the acre. So we're going to get started here pretty soon. And this is the alfalfa seed if you've never seen it. Small stuff. This is looking really nice. It's gonna make some nice hay ground and some nice pasture ground. Dad's 720's running really good. We've had plow day so far with it after the crankshaft. I've ground feed with it after the crankshaft. And now we've planted some hay after the crankshaft. So apparently it's got a good crankshaft in it now. So it's, knock on wood, it hadn't broken yet. I better go get those other oats planted. Gotta get that other farm done yet today. Hoping that we get all this planted, and then Friday, tomorrow, which is Good Friday, it's supposed to rain. So then this will get washed in real good and get some moisture in it and get growing. It's got some moisture in it now, but it'd be nice to get a little rain on it. I got done drilling with the 620, run up to my shop, put some more oats in it, jumped on it, was gonna come over here, and then I realized, oh, I didn't run the soil finisher over that yet. I better go do that first before I go over there and plant. It's a little bit rough to be drilling right into. Get her smoothed out. So I'm going to be planting this 80 pounds to the acre with the oats. Because these I am going to harvest for the grain. I'll have to learn how to set a cleaner combine for oats. Might actually cut these with the pull type. We'll see what happens with the Alice Chalmers All Crop 66. I do have the canvas that I need for the feed. I've got that one. It's in the shop. I just got to get it put in. I replaced the top canvas, but I needed to replace the big bottom one. So I do have that on hand. I just got to get it put on. And I got to fix a few things, and then it's ready to go. If not, we'll just use L2 number 1. Get the hydrostat fixed in it. That is one of my projects for this summer. Is getting the hydrostat put in that one out of Tina, the parts machine. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff I want to do the other two. I'd like to have them all three running next fall. I know a lot of viewers miss the cleaner combines, so I'm definitely going to bring them back. the oats and the hay are all planted. Turned out really good. Had a good day getting that done. And did get rained on just a little bit. I actually ran out of oats, had to run back to the shop. It ended up raining anyways, so I put the tractor away for a little bit. Rain stopped. I was able to finish this evening. So it's about 7 o'clock. It's time to sweep out Uncle Doug's drill, and then I can take it back. So I'd like to thank him for letting me borrow his drill again to plant these oats with, and I'd like to thank Cousin Matt for letting us use his drill to plant the hay with. All worked out real well. So that 5100 Case IH drill looks real good behind Dad's 720. And this John Deere drill looks really good behind the 620. So it was a good day. So I'm happy that's done and over with. It's out of my way. Now just let that grow there at the property. And then once it gets growing, then I'll get some fence posts put in. And we'll get part of that fenced off for pasture, and we can start raising some cows there. And then the rest of it we'll just bale for hay. Hey Wilson, what do you think? Alright, I'm going to go grab the sweeper, sweep out what oats are left. There's not a whole lot left in here, but I want to clean it out real nice before I take it back, so the mice aren't getting in here and having a feast. So thank you for watching, greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good evening or have a good morning. All depends on where you're at around the world. So thanks for watching.